I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear your promises. You do you and I'll do me. That's just the way it is.
Boom.
Biddly, 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 bo. Yes, yes, yo. Here we go. Ain't nobody down round here. You know what time it is. Get that badger in and on and over here. Shout out to everybody that viewed my video yesterday. Everybody that gave me shit for the clickbait. It wasn't clickbait. It is, in essence, clickbait. But I had to click on it and read it. So then, you know, what comes up must come out. There has been an article written, wrote, however you want to say it. I don't know how you say it. My English ain't great. Neither is my reading skills. But it is what it is. Keep liking and subscribing. Appreciate every which one here, negative and positive. We're here to take it on the chin. Do we need to stay calm during this quick shit vid on this lovely Monday afternoon, this Monday evening? I'm off out for a run and a knockabout with the ball. I'm going to, even though Joe's nowhere near me, I am going to be taking my shin pads because he has been brutalising everybody in every single training session that I have participated with him. Is it time to panic? Does a day of silence passing mean that we're not doing anything behind the scenes? Do the 49ers need to be in relentless communication with the fan base? Are they better off just never, ever saying anything and then things don't come back to bite them? Should we believe leaked sources that when somebody comes out and says something, if it don't come out of my man Parag, the manager, the owner, the man that sorts out the bus journeys, the coastliner, the number 47, the train to Ilkley, you know, the whole job lot is in and around everywhere, isn't he? My man Parag steps in everywhere. Unless it comes out of his mouth, which, you know, it very rarely does, you know, apart from silly things like I do these contracts in my sleep, etc., which come back to bite him. I think you should take everything that we read online with a pinch of salt. Would also say everything I say, take with a pinch of salt, because that is basically coming from offline, isn't it? Or online. I'm just regurgitating it to you. So, do we need to stay calm? One thing I do know is we need to stay calm about everything. Every time Everton are linked with a Leeds United player that we've allegedly been linked with, then it's, you know, Kinnear comes back to bite us. Kinnear hijacking the deal. Kinnear doing it. I said, actually, towards the end of last season, me and my brother had a conversation and he awoke me to this. I woke up to this. Why on earth did Kinnear stay at the club? This was bound to happen. He's off to a rival club. We looked like we were going up at the time. He's off to a rival club. Why did he stay at the club? Just get him out the door. He's clearly not been CC'd into any emails. He's not going to be getting to work doing anything for Leeds United, is it? He'll remain as professional as physically possible. But ultimately, if he knows he's away at Everton next year, he's not going to be looking at certain things. He's going to be looking, you know, with one eye over his shoulder at least, isn't he? Boz-eyed. He's not going to be, you know, he's not looking for Leeds' benefit, is he, the year after? He'll be doing the day-to-day things, the day-to-day running things that he was always doing. But every time now, because we didn't just boot Kinnear out, what's the point? Do you know what I mean? What was he there for? He'd been on his fucking holidays anyway. Just get him out at club. And then we don't have to listen to this shite every time somebody gets linked with a player. Longstaff, just put the money up. You know, we've been linked with Josh Sargent a lot over this season, a couple of seasons really. He's apparently looking like he's off to Wolfsburg, and a fair few fans didn't want him anywhere near our squad, which is fair enough if that's where you're at. I don't think Josh Sargent's a bad forward. I think it'd be an interesting move for him to go to Wolfsburg, but he's apparently worth 16 million. Now, I know he gets goals and stuff, and he's a decent player, but if he's worth 16 million and Longstaff in, you have to make that make sense to me. I think anything under 15 million for Longstaff is an absolute bargain. I cannot for the life of me understand why anybody doesn't rate him. He is exactly where we are at. We are a promoted side. He's better than where we're at. I thought I wanted him last year when there was no actual links to him, and I brought up Longstaff thinking this is relatively realistic, but also be quite the scoop. And nobody will mention him at the time. I didn't think it was possible. And then when, you know, he's come out of favour at Newcastle, I couldn't believe it when we got linked with him, to be honest. But who are you expecting to sign for £20 million? You can't get nothing for £20 million anymore. Hence, you know, Josh Sargent being worth 16. Do you not think it's a ludicrous amount for him either? But, you know, not proven anywhere near like Longstaff is as a player. He will play in the Premier League until he's 32, 33. Of that, there's no doubt. Some people saying Joe told me yesterday that some people on his channel are saying that Longstaff's championship standard. Like, where the hell's that come from? How can that possibly be the case when he's always been in the Premier League? He plays for a top side within this division, and he's fourth choice to Tonali, Joe Linton, who's an absolute monster, and Bruno Guimaraes, who's absolutely awesome on ball. Like, brilliant football, absolutely lit the division up. And he's competed and contributed towards that, scored some big goals. I can't, for the life of me, get my head around it. It'd be a brilliant signing. And I know some people are against it, but the bloke's a Premier League player. The blokes, for 20 million, say, who do you get in that's absolutely guaranteed? And you can give me the Tanakas, and you can give me the... I mean, what did we pay for Rodon? Rodon's not 100% guaranteed to perform next year. Everybody's behind that. Longstaff he's just 100% for 20 million is 100% performing throughout the entire season. This idea that it'd be used in rotation with Ampadu and Tanaka, there's a real reason why, a real job on to keep him out the side. He comes into our team and thinks that he's the number one man, and it'd be a real hard work to not suggest that be the truth. So I don't understand why he's not rated. We've been linked with this Tom Fellows, lad, obviously 21 years old. Don't blow me away again. Don't shoot me. Obviously a decent youngster at West Brom. Plays for under-21s in England under-21s that, like everybody else that can make a 10-yard pass on a consistent basis, does. To be honest, I'm up for cancelling all under-21 games at this point. It's not the same sport. You end up with the Joseph fanboys coming out and saying that he played well because he got a tap in at under-21 level for a decent Spain team against some dross that, couldn't defend against a decent 15-year-old team. So I honestly, it's a completely different sport. Most under-21s are playing at a decent level, or they drop down through the divisions. That's the reality of it. And I'm not on about Tom Fellows. I don't know enough about him. I'm sure he's a great youngster, like they all are. They all show loads of promise. Look at what we've got with Geldart. We had Joseph in. Now I put in the same bracket. Greenwood. There's been loads, haven't there? Bay. None of them have come to fruition, have they? So apparently we're in PSR issues, which I don't want to go on about too much. I just want. I don't know. We've brought 4 players in. We started quite well with it. It obviously died down. And then Sunderland started making moves. And I honestly think that's where the panic has set in. We're not in competition with Sunderland. We're not in competition with Burnley. We are in competition with ourselves, and we have to be the best version of ourselves. We have to bring in more signings. I do believe they will do that. I'm holding my nerve. Everybody's putting far too much emphasis on this Man United game at the weekend that's absolutely meaningless. Granted, you don't want to get thumped, but, it's just Man United. It's just a friendly game. It's just a money-spinning game. That doesn't mean I want to go and watch it and get absolutely hammered. Of course, I want to watch us perform well and be strong, again, competitive. But we don't have to panic for every minute that passes where there's alleged silence. People are suggesting that over the weekend they're just turning their emails off and then coming to work on Monday morning and going, shit, there's no ear, is there? So, bit frustrated by it all. So what are your thoughts? Big Dan James has signed a new contract. The absolute legend. I love Dan James. I'm hoping he's excellent for us next year. We're going to need him. He works back as well. He does a bit of both. He's got both things in his locker. Unfortunately, Leeds can't post about Dan James. People saying, oh, he saved it for a rainy day. It's like, well, Leeds aren't allowed to post about anything good that's happening within the club unless they're absolutely brand new. And, it's you're signing the new Ronaldo, fucking Robinho, pick your Brazilian name and then go with it from there. But, Dan James, I'm glad he's got his contract. It's good for the club, shows that things are still progressing, whether you think that that's the case or not. Dan James, we need more than Dan James to come in the door, but that they're allowed to announce Dan James, and actually, it's allowed to be a positive thing, isn't it? Allowed to just go, all right, yeah, nice one. Not a busy day in terms of transfers. No links, the club have apparently, there's been some rumblings that the club have come out and said that when it gets leaked that we're in for stack and stuff, that, it makes the deal more difficult, which then frustrates people. I understand that. I don't understand why it would make it more difficult in general, as a lot of clubs go for a lot of players, and, it don't put a stop to it. People banging on about it there, putting links around Twitter. The only thing I would say is it does sort of, it does reveal your hand a little bit. And what I would definitely say is the more targets that you fail on, the more other clubs are aware that you're coming down the pecking order, and then prices do rise at that point. That's why I think you should get Longstaff, people like Longstaff, over the line, get it done, 16, 17 million, whatever it is, up to 20. And, you know, I mean, don't even get me started on just stopping at 20. You know, there's obviously a limit that I'd go to, but most people don't make it to end up videos anyway, so there will be no big reveal on how high I'd go. But 20 million, I'd just get him in, and then it's like you stamp it down. He's in for the start of pre-season. I don't know what you're saying. Keep liking, keep subscribing. I'm off out for a knockabout with ball now, and then I'm having a steak when I get back in. Peace out, everybody.
I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear your promises. You do you and I'll do me. That's just the way it is.
Boom.